Round two of the NRL is upon us, and I want to take this chance to talk about 18 players who I think are going to absolutely explode this week. We're going to go through my game day squad, but the scoring is quite similar to fantasy, so super relevant advice for both platforms. Now, before we tear into this, first things first, I want to shout out in our league some of the winners here. So CIF Kanga, 1134, massive score. COD, we had Kiwis there as well. Reach out to me, guys. You'll be winning a prize there. And then down the list, we've got about 43, I think it is, who have set teams and about 69 in there as well. So it's a nice number. But if you haven't set your team yet, I'll show you how to do that too now. So we're going to jump into competitions. We're going to go look at my team here. And guys, drop it in the comments. What do you think of this team? Is it a 10 out of 10, a 5 out of 10, a 2 out of 10? I'm looking at it and I think it's about a 9 out of 10. So we're talking to this team here. I want to talk about some of the guys I think are going to absolutely blow up. First things first, Appy Coruscant at hooker. I think up against Parramatta, they were pretty fragile last week. We'll see Coruscant playing a lot of attacking footy, and I think he'll be chomping at the bit after missing round one. Terrell May, I've got a diamond card there, so that's multiplied, but I'm super stoked about that addition. I think he breaks out in this game as well. 65 minutes for him. Pumped out huge points last week, so easy go. Isaiah Yeo, Payne Haas. I mean, look, do I have to explain that? I think they're going to explode as well. And then some other middle forwards here too. Connor Watson. Now, I got some news today that unfortunately Lindsay Collins will be out this week. So that's another out. Lindsay Collins, Nat Butcher, Victor Radley, Spencer Lenu. Like, there's a bunch of guys missing here. Connor Watson will play a big role for the Roosters in a pounding, I think, against the Panthers, where the Panthers get up. Adam Fanua-Blake as well. So up against the Cowboys, they were very fragile last week. And I was chatting to Burgz earlier. He mentioned that he thinks Fanua-Blake scores a double. So easy shout there. Then Hamole Olakau'atu, first part of that Manly quartet that I've got here. So I'll talk about all of them, but Olakau'atu, I think he tears up against that edge for the Warriors. Cherry Evans is right inside him, so he's an easy shout too. Ruben Garrick as well, sitting on that edge, and then Tommy Turbo. So basically, I'm investing in that Manly edge, and I think the Warriors will put up a better fight than they did last game, but I think Manly will get over the top of them, and I think that edge will find a lot of success in this game. Then Dylan Lucas, easier matchup against the Dolphins. Not an easy matchup, but one where he can exploit it, and they're missing a few edge back rowers as well. So I think he'll show out an attack. We got Nico Hines, Nathan Cleary. Again, enough said. I think Nico Hines will bounce back versus the Cowboys, and Nathan Cleary versus the Roosters could be anything. Then down the bottom here, Herbie Farmworth, Greg Marzu, and Ponga there as well. So the Knights double. Zach Lomax against the Tigers. And then Keanu Keeney makes his return for my team. And Tommy Turbo we talked about as well. But I think Keeney will be good. I think Campbell will be better, but I don't have a Campbell card right now, so I'm going to have to run with Keeney. Now, that's my team here, guys. If you are jumping into your team, you can make changes by, hitting that negative there. Just take the player out, swapping them for someone else. And you can also see the player profiles here too, which will give you, their scores and stats and that kind of thing as well. So that's the play there. I came about 200th in the starter comp last week. Sorry, classic comp. But I do play all comps. So I play starter, challenger as well. Classic is the one that we play on the casual athlete, though. So that's the one where we're giving out prizes. And the top 3 from last week, reach out to me. You'll all get a prize. Now, I want to tear into some packs here and sort of see if I can improve my squad, because that's kind of one of the fun things during game day. So let's get in some packs here and see if I can upgrade in some positions. All right, we've got a pack coming through. Common pack we'll go with first, then we'll build up some bigger ones here. So let's roll through some players. Jackson Hastings there. Yeah. Tamari Martin. Okay. Yeah, I might trade some of these guys out. Kalen Ponga Silva is really good. I'm actually very interested in playing that potentially this week. Clint Gutherson. Yeah, if he can bounce back to form. I have about 20 Trindle cards. Lachlan Ilias. Maybe if you move to hooker one day. And then let's keep rolling through. Ali Leia Tower. Jacob Little, if he got the spot somewhere else, I'd be excited about. But look, Ponga is the one I'll take from that deck and just keep on rolling. We'll go to a rare pack here. Let's see what we can get out of that. So from this pack, what have we got? What have we got? Give me something good. I want that legendary Terrell May. That would be ideal. Hassett, Miles thinks he's going to be playing Origin in the next 4 years. We're chatting offline. He rates Harrison Hassett. Scotty Drinkwater there as well. And then we've got Kieran Foran. The Drinkwater card will be good. When the Cowboys figure it out and get it together, that could be exciting. All right, unique pack. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go. Okay, it could be something good. What are we looking at? So you can hover over. Oh, yeah. I got a diamond there. All right, cool. Let's roll through. So Atkinson, Platinum. Might go to St. George and start in the halves potentially. So maybe in future. Peru, yeah, okay. What have we got? Hassett again. I'm all in on this Hassett guy now. Miles will probably trade me for Hassett, but that's what I'm looking at there. And then, yeah, guys, if you use the code TCA as well, I think a lot of you already have, but if you use the code TCA, you can get access to these sorts of packs too. The other thing is, if you already have an account, if you jump into the pack section, there's a bunch of free packs there as well where you can upgrade your team too. So we've got Martin, Moser, Tumith. I'm just going to roll through these. Carrigan, there we go. That's a nice one on silver. Quite cheap to play as well. Ethan Strange, I think his future's going to be bright. Fletcher Sharp, currently eligible for the wing spot in this game, so could be exciting. Cam Pereira, real matchup dependent option. And then we got four in there and Ezra Mam. Okay, cool. So Cam Pereira, when they have a good matchup, but Fletcher Sharp's probably the one that I'll really play there, and Paddy Carrigan as well. What do you guys think of Carrigan, by the way? So I looked at him last week and sort of thought, all right, 67 minutes in a game where they blew it out, 250 plus run meters. Like, it was a different role for him, not doing a lot of that dirty defensive work and focusing more on attack. Was it the matchup or was it a structure that they were running? I'm keen to see how it plays out this week against a tougher Raiders pack. Also watching Payne Haas very closely. I think they're the two that I'm just very intrigued by the role here. Now, Jai Gray could be a future option. Kobe Hetherington and Turpin. Yeah, no, look, not that much to play with there. I'm just going to roll past that one. I did pull a Diamond Terrell May the other day, though, so that was a winner for me. But let's keep rolling through these. We've got Metcalf. Okay. What's everyone doing with Metcalf as well? Drop a comment. Let me know if you're holding Metcalf or you're potentially selling Metcalf this week. Probably not a guy I'm going to start in game day. You saw my halves trio. It was Daly Trey Evans, Nico Hines, and Nathan Cleary. So Metcalf won't make the cut there, but potentially, no, he's not going to make it either. Okay. These are some guys I'm going to be selling off, I think, pretty quickly. Let's move to the rare section again. Come on, give me something good. Give me something good. This is what I want here. All right, gold for now. Yeah, I mean, he scored that 4 tries in the trial game. I don't know how far down the pecking order he is, though. Francis, yeah, okay. And then Rob Toyer, here we go. All right, so a Rob Toyer in gold is very exciting. I actually don't own a Rob Toyer yet, so that might get into my team, not this week, but potentially next week when the Roosters have a softer matchup. So I think they've got the Warriors and the Tigers next two after this week. But for this week up against Penrith, I won't start him just yet. Then who have we got here? Big animation there. Probably something good. Give me something diamond. There it is. All right, the last one's a diamond. We've got Jesse McLean. Meh. Okay, this is a bit dry, but the diamond, I'm thinking Harry Grant. Hassett. What is going on with this Hassett guy? I've got 2 diamond Hassets now and a bunch of platinum gold Hassets. Okay, I mean, Hassett has to be my guy now. Does anyone know Harrison Hassett? Like, Burgz was very confident that he'll play Origin at some point in his career. So I've got to believe. I mean, I actually haven't watched him play. I'm going to have to do some research on Harrison Hassett and come back to you guys next week. But that's a bit of a shocker. Okay, another diamond Harrison Hassett. Let's keep rolling through, and then I can see what I can do to upgrade my teams here. So Jack Whiten's in there. Yeah, okay. Albert Hopper, Whitey, meh. Coruscant gold. There we go. That's what I like. So I'm starting Coruscant across a lot of teams this week. I think Parramatta's middle forwards will be a bit fragile, and Coruscant's going to turn up. I might use that gold Coruscant in one of my teams potentially as well. And then we'll just finish off these cards, and I'll jump back into my teams and see what I can do in terms of polishing it up. So we've got platinum, diamond, platinum. All right. So Cade Dykes is in there. We've got Nick Meaney. That's actually a super effective one. He crushed it in round 1. So that would have been great to have last week. And then Francis Molo. Oh, these diamonds are letting me down. They're letting me down. Also, one of you guys opened a Payne Haas, by the way, Payne Haas legend card. There's only one legend card of each player. So I don't know who it is. They still haven't come forward. But if you were the person who got a red Payne Haas card, reach out to me on Discord or drop a comment or something like that, because that is such a valuable card, and you can actually sell it for like $5,000 or something. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous how valuable some of those cards are. So yeah, reach out to me. I won't take it off you or anything, but I'll just shout you out and all that too. So we got a diamond in this set. Let's see what we got. So yeah, pretty average. Ewan Aitken, don't mind him. He comes back soon. Bateman, I actually might think about starting this week. Stephen Crichton, not the biggest fantasy asset, much better player in real life. Jaden Sewer comes in as well. Sullivan, and then who's our diamond? Is it Harrison Hassett? It's Vilea. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to trade some of these diamonds out. If you get rubbish diamonds, by the way, you actually can trade them back and get a couple more goes at packs and that kind of thing too. So if you just jump over to their Discord, actually just jump into our Discord and ask the question there, and we'll redirect you there. But I'm going to do some trading, I think. Here we go. Rob Toyer, that's a nice one. Duncan for the future, I don't mind that as well. DWZ, because it's exclusively wing, so there's fullback and wing are separated. DWZ actually is very interesting in this game mode. Sorensen there, then yeah, Gordon, Adam Dewey. At center, if he ever gets a start in the halves, he'll be a must start 100%. We've got Laban, Sexton, and Mooney. Okay, let's see what we can do here because I'll show you guys my teams. And this is the team I gear it for, right? So these are the guys who I think will be my top scorers for the week. I took Bradden Best out for Herbie Farmworth pretty recently. I also took Gus Crichton out for Dylan Lucas. Now, I think that Herbie is just the better player than Best. Like Best could pop off, but I just couldn't ignore Herbie. And Ruben Garrick up against the Warriors, I think will be too good. Dylan Lucas there, I think there's attacking upside against the Dolphins as opposed to Gus Crichton up against Penrith. So that's what I'm focusing on there with my team. Just make sure you have a full team is the main thing. And even if there's non-players in there, you just got to get a full team in and just get your score counts basically. Now, in terms of the different comps, I'm going to jump up to Challenger because that's the interesting one here. So you've got, it's a bit more interesting. You've got 13 million that you can spend in Challenger as opposed to a smaller amount. So it means that you can use some of your bigger cards like your diamonds and, platinums, golds, all that sort of thing. Now, I'm going to have to fix this up here because Nat Butcher, obviously he's out now. It's a diamond Nat Butcher, which is a great card, but ever since I got that card, he hasn't played a game of footy, which is brutal. So let's bring Jai Arrow into the fray. I'll play Arrow starting edge back row spot. And then I've got flexibility now to add a middle forward. I'm happy with Yo, Connor Watson, Fanua Blake, Wade Egan, Hudson Young. I like the matchup versus Brisbane. I actually think, I don't think they'll win, but I think Hudson Young will turn up in that game. Then let's see, we got any good golds we want to use? Maybe Harry Grant in future weeks, platinum. That's a multiplier as well. Sean Bloor in future weeks. Again, good matchups. Ruben Cotter, he was very average in round one. I don't know if I can trust him this week. It's, Gus Crichton's there, Seyfarth, maybe. Yeah, okay. I'm probably going to have to go. There's all my Hassett cards. Do I just give one of the Hassets a run? Probably not, eh? Okay, I'm probably going to have to move to. It's probably a Fisher Harris play, I think. Let's go Fisher Harris here. It's a very strong Fisher Harris and platinum, so he'll get a multiplier. Should have a good score there. Then in the halves, I've gone Jaden Humphreys, Jaden Campbell with Cleary on the back there. Now I could look at swapping Cleary here. So just the gold, by the way, it's like a 1.2x multiplier on points as opposed to, just regular points for other ones. Diamond is like 1.4x, so it scores a bunch more points. But I might sub my Cleary out for a Cherry Evans gold actually. So let's take Cleary out of this team. And let's bring gold DCE in. Just because DCE up against the Warriors. I like the matchup. And I'm going to ride the hot hand with Humphreys. And then I think Campbell turns up too. Then Dane Gagai, Diamond, Rock Solid, Herbie Farmworth, Platinum. I'm going to stick with those boys 100%. Jason Saab, just for the matchup, I think he can pop off. We can have a look at potentially swapping him if we have any other wingers that we want to use. I think I've got a Brian Toe here that I can use actually. Right, yeah, there we go, Brian Toe. So I'm going to switch him to Brian Toe there. I think Brian Toe up against the Roosters comes back this week, should be good. And then if there are any other outside backs we want to throw into this team, maybe a Dylan Edwards, for example. Just got to check if I have the salary cap. Is the issue 200K? Yep, I've got the salary cap for that. All right, cool. I can go straight to Dylan Edwards. Move Bradman Best out. And I've used my full salary cap here. So 13 mil out of 13 mil. This is a team that it's not as strong as my other team, I will say. I picked this team after I picked my other team. So it's the guys that I haven't used in that team. And look, across the board, it's pretty strong. A lot of gold. I'd need a few things to go my way. So, I'd need Cleary and Hines, for example, not to turn up. That's the big one there. Payne Haas as well. So I'm going against some of the big guns with this team. Whereas if I jump to my starter team, you can see here it's a bit more geared towards some of those big guns. So we got Yo, Cleary, Hines. The starter league, by the way, it's just pure bronze. So you can only use bronze players. You can't use anything else. But we've gone Corus out. Yet Carrigan's in there as well. Again, Hudson Young. I like Nakora in the matchup. In fact, Nakora, Hines, Iro, Adam Fanua, Blake, they're all there for that Cowboys matchup, which I think will be quite fragile in defense. I'll put Dylan Brown in for now. I just think he's getting a lot of attention. And you'd think he might be able to bounce back this week. Also, if you are watching along and you need a Nathan Cleary bronze card, let me know. I can give you one of these ones. Just comment, I need a Nathan Cleary, and I'll organize with you to give you one of these because I've got a bunch of spare ones. Then, Ruben Garrick, Kale Iro as well. Fletcher Sharp on the wing. So playing in the halves, available on the wing, pumped out a 61 last week. So good score from him. Very attacking stat reliant, but I think him and Greg Marzu as well can pop those off. Then Reece Walsh. So Walsh will be in my starting team, as in my starter side, in future weeks. But up against Canberra, it's not. I went Keeney over Walsh just for the base stats. In future weeks, the Broncos have a great run of fixtures. So if you can get your hands on some Broncos players, I think guys like Reece Walsh, Ben Hunt, they're going to be guys that we do start those weeks just for the attacking stats and the upside there. So Walsh will be in my proper team in future weeks. Right now, he just sits in my starter side with Tommy Turbo. Got a few Tommy Turbos, which is a great luxury to have. Then my champion team. This is completely unlimited salary cap. So this is a pretty goofy team. This is the fourth team I put together, right? So it's kind of just got what I'm not using basically, but we can upgrade it a bit because we did pull a few nice cards. So firstly, I'm going to go to where have I got him? Gold Epi Coruscant. That's much better than Bronze Reed Marnie. Then in terms of Cam McInnes, is there anything I want to swap him for? I mean, Sipley went well last week, but I don't think I could do it really. Like realistically, Etokamanu in future weeks as a gold card is a nice option there. Takiaho, maybe 10 years ago. Not so much right now. Todd at some point. Yeah, there's not too much on the bottom of my list here. So, I mean, I'll see. Have I used a Terrell May yet? That's probably the big question. Yeah, I'll swap to Terrell May instead for Cam McInnes. But yeah, Connor Watson, Corey Horsburgh, Gus Crichton, Teague Wilton. Let's just see if I can upgrade Teague Wilton to someone else as well. Maybe a gold Liam Martin, for example. A silver Connor Watson. I'm already using a gold Watson, so can't do that. In fact, that silver Watson, I might use that in my other team as well. Maybe a Kai Pierce-Paul with a multiplier there too in platinum. That could be the go. Yeah, I think I'll swap for Kai Pierce-Paul. I think Pierce-Paul will rock up, and that gives me a better shot. With the unlimited salary cap, I might as well use my better cards. Then Adam Reynolds is in here. He had a good game last week, but what do we do with him? Maybe consider a gold Trindle, maybe. Silver Ben Hunt. I mean, in future weeks, we can use that Cam Munster as well. Sullivan. Yeah, maybe Jack Cole for the matchup. Do we do it? I might take a gamble on Jack Cole, actually, up against the Roosters. I think the Roosters are going to get cooked in this game. I really just don't see them putting up much of a fight. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'll go Trindle. Let's give Trindle a shot here. I think he could rack up some attacking stats for us. Then we got Brian Kelly there, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Let's just see if we got anything better than Brian Kelly. Maybe Lair Tower. Not a great matchup for him up against the Seagulls, though. Rob Toyer in future weeks, but again, not the best matchup. And then, anyone else do we want to target? Steve Crichton, maybe in future weeks. Not so much right now. Yeah, I'll leave those there. And then Dom Young, Jarrell Skelton. Again, do I fully trust Dom Young is probably the question. Do I have a better option is probably the other question. So I don't know if I do have a better option in place. That's the risk. And when Jack Bostock comes back, I do like him for attacking upside. But until then, it leaves me in a tricky situation where I've just got to have a shot at that. Maybe Fletcher Sharp instead. Yeah, I'll go Fletcher Sharp. I don't trust Dom Young. And then Skelton, I give him a chance against Parramatta. Gutho, do we just want to see if we have any other fullbacks that we want to bring in? Probably not. Maybe Scotty Drinkwater in gold. I think that's a nice multiplier. Let's do that. And then Best in Penasini. So I'll just see if we have anyone that we want to bring in on the bench. Better look there. Maybe Jesse Ramian. In fact, I'll swap Brian Kelly for Jesse Ramian. I think that's the easy play there. I think Ramian will pop off. And then let's just see if there's anyone else we want to target. Other than that, I think we're going to be okay for teams. Yeah, Vilea maybe in Diamond. I mean, it's a big multiplier. That's the thing. But it's not a good matchup. So I will use that Vilea in some weeks, but not this week up against the Sharks. I think the Sharks will put the clamps on a bit. So anyway, that's my scrappy extras team. I can't wait till Harrison Hassett starts playing first grade because that's going to be a game changer. And then you can see the Queensland New South Wales game as well. So we'll go through this later, but because I actually don't have any Queensland or New South Wales cards yet. But at some point, we will have those cards and we can sort of build out a nice squad here. Let's throw in Duncan in this spot. And then, yeah, Hines, Burton, Fogarty, Drinkwater, Best, Edwards, Tuapolotu, and Sako. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, we're in a good position there. So that's having a look at those guys. But look, to summarize my team and my views on the top scorers this week, guys, these are some of the guys I'm targeting. So I know we do the weekly draft each week. But these are some of the guys I'm targeting as sort of top scorers this round. So I think Coruscant probably a likely top scorer at the middle forward spot, at the hooker spot, sorry. And yeah, Yo, Terrell May, Payne Haas, Watson, Adam Fanor Blake, I think are near guaranteed big scores. Olakau'atu and Lucas have some attacking upside, but you need to rely on those tries. Hines attacking upside here, Cleary attacking upside, but might get a rest early. Trey Evans attacking upside as well. I'm just going for pure attacking upside here, except for Herbie at the base play. But Garrick, Marzu, Ponga, Lomax, all very exciting fixtures. Turbo as well. And then Keeney, I just want to give him a shot, basically. So that's having a look at my team this week. Get your team set too, guys, and you will be featured on the rankings next week right here. So if you just go to private leagues on the left, you can actually see that. You can use this code. I'll put it in the description, but it's RL007BQN to join our private league and jump in there. Thank you, guys. Good luck this week in fantasy, in game day, in Supercoach, and whatever it is you play, tipping, all those things. We just love NRL here, and we're ready to tear in. So peace out, guys.